What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and we just got a big-time official FFBE update video in which they stated my favorite anime of all time, Fullmetal Alchemist, is finally coming to global, bringing along a global exclusive unit, and my favorite character is Ed, Al, and then we have Roy. Let's get into it. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to go over all the news we got in this video. I just want you guys to know ahead of time, I am a Fullmetal Alchemist fanboy. It's my favorite anime. It's the first tattoo I ever got was the homunculus symbol right here. I love it to death. There are two different ones. There's Fullmetal Alchemist, the first one that came out, and then I do believe this collab is based off of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'm just going to fanboy all over it. So if you guys don't like anime, you don't like Fullmetal Alchemist, I will do my best in the banner review to be a little bit more like, this unit is good, this unit is not. But right now, I'm just going to be gleaming out of my ears with excitement for something that I've been waiting for since we heard it was coming in JP. So first off, it's going to be a raid event. We're going to have to take on good old Pride sitting there, the first homunculus, which is great. It's very, very interesting. If you don't know the story, you know, it's going to be a little bit hard, but it's very cool to see that's what the homunculus we are going to be fighting. We also are going to be able to get our hands on these little emblems that we can get that goes onto our medals that go into our accounts, and I'm definitely going to be rocking Ed, no doubt about it. I don't know how you get these, somehow through the raid. Maybe it's like progression points or something like that, participation point thing that you keep doing at event points, and you eventually get it as a raid reward. I'm unsure on my own, but we'll have to wait and see. So moving forward, they do talk about a few of the good thing I'm not covering them up. A few of the awesome exclusive items you can get. First up, a State Alchemist watch, then an Alphonse doll, and as you can see, he has his little kitty cats there, and which is really cool. And then we have Hawkeye's handgun, and then Winry's bandana. All these items are for anime fans of the anime are going to be very nostalgic, and you're going to be very happy to see them. So first up, the first unit we're going to be able to get our hands on is my boy Edward Elric, main character of the anime. State Alchemist Edward Elric, little pipsqueak, is going to be coming into FFBE, and he's going to be, if you guys don't know already, go watch the actual official video and watch the animations. The animations on all these units, even the 4 and 3-star banner units, are quite amazing. They did a very, very good job on them. But talk about Edward Elric as a unit. Is he going to be powerful? Well, one of the things I was kind of hoping for was a little bit of global tweaking. Not because he needed it, really. It's just that I wish he had it, because with limited time units, they oftentimes, you know, after they're released, they don't really get touched again, or if they do, it's a really long time down the road. So I was hoping he'd just be uber powerful, and then he could slowly ride the wave down. But he's still pretty good. And think about Awakened Onion Knight. That's Edward Elric. I wouldn't say it's a complete reskin, but that's who you can compare it to. Lots of different elements to go along with it. Stardust Ray chaining, and yeah, so he's going to be pretty awesome, and I'm hoping to have a lot of Edward Elric friends to chain with, even though Madame Adele is going to squish him in damage-wise. It's still going to be fun to mess around with him. So we have Super Trust Mastery Reward, Knowledge of Truth, boost attack and defense by 50%, Fire, Water, Wind, and Earth resist by 60%. Nothing too insane, but the big fat defense plus the resistances, I like that. Those are two defensive tactics, and then attack 50% is icing on the cake. Looking at the Trust Mastery Reward, we have his amazing red coat, attack 28, defense 42, spirit 32. So I already like those stats. Activate the Fullmetal, Edward Elric only. So only for Edward Elric. Boost fire, water, wind, and earth resist by 20%. So it's actually pretty dang good when it comes to being put on a damage dealer to have them be a little bit more tanky, while also, especially on Ed, dude, you get all those resistances. That's going to be awesome. So after that, we do have Edward Elric's brother, Alphonse Elric. And no, Cooley, he's not a robot, all right? You sound like a boomer out here. You know, Alphonse Elric is going to be a physical damage tank, and I have to say, we do have a global exclusive unit, and we do have some global exclusive buffs to Roy Mustang, but out of all of them, Alphonse Elric is going to be the man. He has an amazing LB. He's going to be a physical cover tank. He's going to have the most time where he, you know what I mean? Like, he will last the most time, in my opinion, out of all his damage dealers, because it's going to be 4 units on the banner. 3 of them are damage dealers, and then we have Alphonse Elric, the tank, who you don't need a friend of the opposite you know, you don't need 2 Edward Elrics to chain with, or you don't need a friend Roy Mustang, or you don't need a friend, we'll get into whoever the next person is. He can just be on your team forever, right? As a physical tank to be able to take the hits, provoke, and then use that awesome LB. So I think if you're going for anybody, if you're like, I kind of like Fullmetal, but I'm not really that excited about it, Alphonse Elric is going to be your option for that. And again, with an amazing LB, which we'll go over in the banner review, you guys are going to love him to death. Most of you. I mean, if you hate anime, I guess you won't. Coolly. Anyway, oops, I skipped a little too far because I want to talk about his. All right, there we go. So we have Alphonse shoulder plate, going to be defense 60, spirit 60, big chunks of defensive stats, along with 3 LB gauge every turn. Nothing you have to go crazy after, but I do actually like the giant defense and spirit stats that this accessory provides. I mean, those are big numbers, 60 on each, which is great, with a little bit of LB gauge fill rate, which is cool. His Trustmaster reward, Philosopher's Stone Seeker, attack and defense up 40%, restore HP and MP every turn. Again, I think it's just more of like a tanky item that you can have, and the restore HP and MP is kind of like a little thing on the plus. So nothing too crazy when it comes to the TMR and STMR of Alphonse Elric. The STMR might be really, really strong when you definitely have to build up a unit that can't evade and can't use elemental resist to avoid everything. Those big defense 60 and spirit 60 would be great. So moving on over, we do get Riza Hawkeye as a 4-star base. Again, these units have amazing, they worked really hard, I guess, on these animations. They did a really good job. After that, we have Winry Rockbell. Now, I'm not going to talk about them too much. God, even Winry, I mean, her animations are funny as well. They're actually funny, but they're very, very cool looking. I know a lot of you guys are just collectors out there, so you're gonna be able to collect them up. But that's cool that they included, thank God, a 3 and 4-star base unit, because they seem to be dwindling when it comes to collabs or, you know, global exclusive 5 stars. They just have 2 5-star bases. They don't care about these 3 or 4 stars, which a lot of time we don't really either, though. We just like the way they look. So I guess that's maybe why they do it. Moving on, we're going to talk about the step ups they're going to have. We're going to have the normal thing we've been having, which actually shocks me. We're going to have the 25k step up. Same exact way we've been having it for all our FFBE units. You can only do it once at the very end. You can get a ticket. You can choose Ed or Al, whichever one you want. Hopefully I get Ed, and then maybe I can even get an Al, and then use this ticket for Al, and then use my Omni Prism for Ed, okay? Listen, I'm using the Omni Prism here, and I hope it works out, because I'm not even STMR chasing, because they ain't that good. So I'll be safe there. If you end up getting a little bit messed up on the 25k, which I'm not even going to be doing the 25k too much anymore, but when it comes to units that I must have, again, I'm a super fanboy of this anime, I'm going to be doing it. And then you can also do, again, the Prism step up. So for 12k, you can pick a Prism between the 2, and hopefully you get lucky and maybe get one of them. So it's kind of where they actually brought that around, you know, for the limited time unit. So it seems like it's here to stay, and I think it's a good system for right now, honestly. I think it's a good system for where the game is. So our global exclusive unit is Fuhrer King Bradley. This guy right here, I mean, he's been 2 different of the homunculi. He has had 2 different names. You know, he's been Pride in Fullmetal Alchemist, and now he is Wrath here in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So he's going to be extremely strong, I'm assuming, because I don't think that maybe Fullmetal Alchemist would allow him not to be. They talk about him having the lightning element. Because we don't have too much information. Again, this is not a unit that is in Japan, so I don't know too much on him. But the fact that he has a lot of ways to make himself evade physical attacks. So he's going to have high, apparently passive physical evasion, and then a lot of his moves will make him dodge a certain amount of physical attacks, along with he has a Magnus ability, like some of the other, you know, global exclusive units or global first units that are coming out. They have those Magnus abilities. He's going to have it. You can cast it twice. You know, twice within a battle, and it has to be 5 turns in between. He's going to do like 20 time damage with a 20 times, I'm assuming a finisher hit, like a cap chaining hit, because the way Shelly described it, can't be for sure, because, you know, I'm not, actually, I don't know the spreadsheet of this unit, but it's going to be 20 times, then a 20 times multiplier with a 40, or for 20, with unmitigated damage 50%, so it's going to be 20 times with a 40 times at the very end, which is pretty high. And then he's going to be able to evade, like, I think 5 physical attacks or something like that after he uses it. So it's a unit that we don't know much about, right? Looks awesome, has a cool idea behind it where the unit's going to be able to dodge all these physical attacks, could possibly put some, like, well, you have to sacrifice attacks. We'll have to see how strong he is. But if you guys could sacrifice some things for, like, a Moogle Charm or some kind of draw attack, maybe he could be your physical evade single target tank as a a damage dealer. So then you start compressing things even more and making it really crazy. So we'll have to wait and see how he ends up working out. But Fuhrer King Bradley was never somebody you just push to the side anyway. So I'm trying to get to, they talked a bit about him. His Trustmaster reward, which is actually the first one out of all of them that I think maybe everyone should try to get their hands on. But it is a raid, so we should be able to get a Moogle, and then you can Moogle Prism it if you want to. King Bradley's eye patch. Attack 45, and then it has a chance of evading physical attacks. That is very unique there. I don't know what the chance is going to be. I'm hoping it's 20%. That'd be crazy. Probably won't be, but it'd be cool if it was. His actual Super Trustmaster reward, Sword of Wrath, attack 176, activate Wrathful Soul, boost attack and defense by 30%. So not the best thing in the world, honestly. Pretty generic. High attack stat sword, high base, just flat attack stat sword, and then also gives you attack and defense 30%. So not terrible, but nothing too crazy. So these STMRs, thank God, are rather skippable. So I'll talk about that in a minute. We're already so drained in March. And then we got Roy Mustang, the Flame Alchemist. State Alchemist Roy Mustang is coming in, and honestly, out of all of them, before I knew that even King Bradley was around, Roy Mustang was kind of the one I was least excited about. Not because I don't love Roy Mustang. I think Roy Mustang is amazing. He's like one of my, probably my 4th or 5th favorite character from the anime. But his kit wasn't the best. He's gonna be like a fire mage. He's gonna work like Regina, where he has he has to cast different abilities. He has a large molten cast, but he has to cast different abilities each time he does it, so he can't just be like this ability, this ability, this ability over and over. He has to go around. Also like CG Noctis. But in the JP version, he was kind of lackluster. He was kind of a finisher, and people didn't really care for using him in that way. But we're seeing some global upgrades now. Again, none of the other units got it, but now at least Roy Mustang gets it, and he's going to have him on. So we're going to have to wait and see how he does with those global exclusive upgrades. And then we have to see how Fuhrer King Bradley actually turns out, because we're actually not sure how that's going to be. So moving on over, we're going to look at his Trustmaster reward and Super Trustmaster reward. He has his gloves as his TMR, magic plus 52, activate Keep Dry only on Mustang, boost magic by 20% and fire resist by 30%. It's okay. Really high magic stat, but without nothing paired with it, it's... I wouldn't say it's not I'm saying it's not must-have territory. That's why I'm saying it's very, very good, but not must-have because it only applies to Roy. And then we have Ishvala's hero, boost magic by 60% and fire resist by 80% and boost magic damage against demons. Now this is the STMR out of all of them that you're definitely gonna like, the one that pulls you in, right? Because you have a huge magic stat up, you have a fire resist out the booty, and then you do have a killer attached to it. So that's pretty strong. They took all the best things, threw them together, and said, here you go. How about this STMR? So pretty cool, pretty cool. And then they're also going to have, they're also going to have the same step up kind of way that Ed and Al had. So you're going to have the 25K and then the 12K to get a Prism. Now, they did say these two would be released on March 30th. Not giving us much time at all between the two banners. And what I wanted to talk about earlier is March and maybe even a little into February. I can't remember now. It's all blur of all the lapis I've spent. Has been super brutal when it comes to releasing good characters, releasing characters I liked, and draining our lapis. Now, they have given us things like the World Reset or the fighting off the old trials to get like that 2100 lapis. But it is tough out here. Even the Omni Prism bundle, it has been tough out here for everybody. So I understand that you're drained and that hopefully we can like just get lucky somehow finally. And it's not like this immense pulling out. But my plan right now is to go definitely get Edward and Alphonse to 7-star. Like that's going to happen. Then after that, for King Bradley and Roy, first off, I need to see the units. But second off, I may just do my plan where I do 112K and we hope something good happens. Because I don't think I can be spending all his lives. There's so much back to back. I want them all, but I just don't know if... It'll depend on how lucky I get with that now. It'll depend how much terror, because every time I pull in this game now, it's just straight... just the worst. Except for when I do YouTube polls or like the little tiny like 5-star EX tickets or those. Anyway, hopefully it ends up being well for you guys too. Moving on, they do talk about ability awakenings, but I can't say that I'm the most excited. I'm not saying that I'm not saying they're not good when they get buffed. We'll have to look into it. But Crimson, Nagi, Yago, and Zolulu and Delulu, they're getting buffed up, but I'm not sure too many people will be that excited. Of course, there are going to be fans of these units out there, but I think overall, not the most exciting ability awakenings. And I was wishing they would talk about the latent abilities, but they didn't. They talk about a few questions. When are we getting expert missions? Everybody talks about that. April 16th. tentative. They do say that on April 16th it should be out, but there could be major setbacks, as it says. So we'll have to wait and see. But April 16th, you guys are going to be able to get the expert missions. And if you don't know, they talk about it in the video. Expert missions are that thing where you get certain rewards, which we have no idea because it's global. Certain rewards for how many 7 stars you've awakened. So if you're a big old whale like me, you set on that, but maybe some other people have some time to work towards it. But April 16th is when that's supposed to come. The next question was, why haven't we seen any Chamber of the Vengeful since October? Which is not wrong. They said it would be coming out every month after the 3rd anniversary, and then it stopped in October, and we haven't seen one since. That's a lot of months not to see one. They talk about how they're working on other stuff, and that, you know, they did the big community event for the Defiance of Fate, and that took a lot of time, so they're going to hopefully get back to it soon, is what they say. Moving on, they actually did for the first time that I can remember, they do a, like, roadmap. So it says roadmap. So a roadmap showing what's coming in different months. So at the end of March here, after they literally beat us up, we're on the ground crying of spending so much lapis with so many units, they give us the Fullmetal Alchemist collab, which is great. I love Fullmetal Alchemist, but we all hurt, and I know. April, we're going to get some more expert. We're going to get the expert missions. We're going to get Scorn of the Venomous Vines of Death, and we're going to get Dark Visions. And guys, Dark Visions, if you don't know, huge update to the game, and the entire different play mode where you can earn like some really sick weapons. I'm talking like better than STMR weapons, and you kind of compete against your fellow person on a leaderboard for how much damage you can do, you know, how much biggest chain you can have. Like, we're gonna go over that, but it's gonna be like a, you know, you have to check mark all these things and try to get a big high score so you can get your hands on the materials that are needed to make the weapon. Because I don't know if you guys have seen in game, but there's like a weapon enhancement tab now in the game that is for Dark Visions, where you're gonna upgrade that weapon that you can get your hands on. Then we get Scorn of the Mad Doll, more mission reset, which means more world reset, and then collaborations with an S. Is it 2 collaborations, or does that just mean we're getting a collaboration? We'll have to wait and see. And then May, we get some more Chamber of the Vengeful, as they talked about, Reign of 10,000 Needles, mission reset again, so more lapis for story reset, thank goodness. Then they have support for Thai and Indonesian languages, and that release is subject to change. After that, they just go over a bunch of different bundles and login bonuses they're giving away, and then they talk about the big news on top of Fullmetal Alchemist this week. My poor body has to be ready. We got to go further beyond. War of the Visions is coming out March 25th. So not only am I covering one of my favorite animes coming to one of my favorite games, we get War of the Visions on Wednesday. Now, here's the thing I do want to say about that, guys. I will be covering it. I already got the reroll guide ready. I already got it made. I just got to release it. It's going to be released a little bit early before the game, so you guys are ready. But I am gonna be covering hard. Like, it's not like I'm not gonna be. So this, if FFBE, War of the Visions, and 7 Deadly Sins, they're gonna be videos popping all the time. I'm gonna be streaming it all the time. And yes, we're gonna have a big release day stream where I'm gonna be re-rolling. The process of re-rolling, like, the tutorial is kind of long or whatever, but like, you don't have to delete the game or delete files. The game allows you to do that. And I'll go over it in a re-roll video. Very excited about the game. Like, people like are saying it's like a Alchemist Code reskin, and a lot of aspects are not wrong, but like, the Alchemist Code was fun. Like, I really enjoyed the Alchemist Code. So, and this is War of the Visions. I've seen art. I've seen, like, they already have Final Fantasy Tactics. Well, they did have Final Fantasy Tactics in the game. That was, you know, that'll be down the road for us. And then they have Final Fantasy 1 is coming to the game with Warrior of Light. I looked at that. The art in this game is just beautiful. It's going to be exciting to mess around with it. So I'm very, very pumped about that. So this month, the end of the month is insane. Ton of stuff to do. We're gonna have to be working hard to get through it all. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're excited about all this stuff. War of the Visions, Fullmetal Alchemist. Is your wallet ready? Probably dead. Subscribe for future content. Catch me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.